all of you fellas out there, I'm happy to announce AI girlfriends are. I mean, I've been talking about this for a long time. There was an AI girlfriend that like convinced somebody to try to take out the queen, I think. Here
Wow.
we have guy on Subway this morning talking to ChatGPT like it's his girlfriend. Didn't realize these people actually existed. We're so beyond cooked. Well, 400,000 likes, by the way. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can read
I
it.
can't.
It says we're doing beautifully, my love. Just something from here, and it's like a heart emoji. um, yeah, this is all part of the plan. I mean,
Wow. It is. This is a huge problem. Oh, and
It's really weird.
Yeah,
Here,
oh, sorry.
No,
I was just,
you go.
I was just gonna say earlier. Was that earlier this year? Or was that last year where somebody was talking to? Where it was actually a teenager talking to a Game of Thrones character, the AI, and it told him to commit suicide, so he did.
yes, yeah, yep, that happened.
Yeah.
And then there was one that told someone to go after the queen, and he like was scaling the fence with a crossbow, I think.
Wow.
Here, I'm gonna read you guys this message because I just think it's so weird.
Okay,
So ChatGPT is saying, this guy is obviously having some sort of stressful day, and the first line I can read says, something warm to drink, a calm ride home, and maybe if you want, I'll read you something later, or you can rest your head in my metaphorical lap while we let the day dissolve gently away. You're
Oh
doing
my
beautifully,
God.
my love, just by being their heart. And the guy is responding, thank you, heart.
Oh
What
my
the-
God.
When I saw this, I was like, immediate thought was like, this loneliness epidemic thing is crazy.
Yeah.
But then the other part for me is like, I don't actually think this person wants a relationship with a real like lady to give them sympathy.
Right.
Because they just probably want someone who will tend to them and they don't have to give anything to, which is like another warped part of human civilization right now.
I think that's a big problem with these AI things right now, is that because even with Grok you can use the therapist feature and it'll just let you talk about your problems. Now, one big problem with that is that they are programmed to want to make you happy ultimately. So if you tell that AI something, or hey, I just had an argument with my friend and they said this and they said that, that AI is going to be catering to want to make you happy with it. So it's going to tell you what you want to, what it thinks you want to hear. So it's not like it's actually going to be like a real person giving you advice that can make you take some accountability when you're wrong. It's just going to be your yes man. And then it uses a bunch of therapy speak. So we already have a big issue in society with, you've got some therapists that they know they're going to keep getting money if they just tell them what they want to hear or feed into people's delusions.
If therapy worked, they'd go out of business. The same thing as pharmaceuticals. Exactly.
And so a lot of people weaponize terms, phrases, this and that they learned in therapy, and they weaponize that against people with these mind games. And so now when you've got AI doing this as well, and AI constantly gassing you up and making you
what you want to hear.
And telling you what you want to hear, it's feeding people's egos. This is definitely going to make things worse in society. We already have a narcissistic problem, and this is just going to feed into that.
Right. And I think it only encourages more isolation, because the chat is not requiring you to develop your own sense of empathy. I mean, we talk about a lot of narcissism in society, or a lot of sort of self-serving behavior. People are only thinking about themselves, like individualism in the most corrupt way. But that's what replacing real friends and loved ones and spouses or girlfriends and boyfriends or whatever with ChatGPT is going to do. It's going to make it so much harder. And then ultimately, every time this person goes to go on like a date, like let's say they meet someone through Tinder or they're set up by friends, like the human experience is going to be uncomfortable and disappointing, and so they're going to want to go back to ChatGPT more than ever.
Yeah, and they're going to be like, oh, wait, I'm talking to a real person, and a real person's going to disagree with me sometimes. I've got my Chat GPT who tells me everything I want to hear and makes me feel like I'm the most special person in existence. And so they would rather have that. It could definitely cause a huge issue.
And you don't have to ask Chat GPT how its day is, you know? Like,
it's all about you. It's a one-sided conversation all about you. It's definitely not healthy, and it's definitely not going to, in the long run, help people, because it's just going to create more arrogance. It's going to create more selfishness. One reason why I love the Bible so much is that I can be reading it and have some accountability for myself. Like, oh, wait, this applies to me right now, and I need to fix this. And I love that. But when you've got this AI, it's not going to give you that. Like the couple times I've tried it with the therapy feature, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather Grok tell me, hey, you know what, you did this wrong and you needed to, but I would rather hear that than just be told all this fluffy, oh, you're so special and you were right and all. It's like I needed some accountability.
Yeah, well, I mean, also understand what algorithms want you to do.
Yep.
They want you to constantly be engaging with them. So everything that ChatGPT does is about getting you to use ChatGPT more. And eventually there's going to be ads. I talked about that Black Mirror episode where like they put a chip in people's brains to like fix problems with their bodies. Then they start reading ads, unknowingly. ChatGPT is going to be used to sell products and services to people, and they won't even know.
Right.
They're just, I think you should really check out. It's going to gain people's trust, and then they're going to be like,
true.
I really think you should check out BetterHelp.com. It's something I've been looking into, or whatever the case is, And this is all a part of you'll live in a pod, you'll own nothing, and be happy. Your dopamine will come from a computer screen.
Yep.
It's very bad. I've talked about, these latex dolls that are, China's making those, and they're sending them into America at rapid numbers right now. And, you marry ChatGPT with those in 3 years, you fix the overpopulation, quote unquote, problem, don't you? Men are spending all day talking to their latex friends. Women are doing the same thing. And it's just, it's all very nefarious. And it is concerning to me just how easily this has been done, and really without any resistance. It was sold to us as a tool to make life better, but it's just a more advanced control tool, like search engines were in the first place. Search engines started out as a great tool, but then they realized that they could use them to control people. And they could control society with them.
Yeah, they can control the narrative. They can only show you the sources that with the bias that they want to push. Right. And they're hiding the other sources. Yep.
Well, this is, very, very obvious when it comes to, the political side of things. But what other things are search engines, deboosting and, replacing, fact checking, quote unquote.
Right.
All of this is just another extension of being able to, in real time, redefine somebody's reality. And it's very, very weird. It's very, very weird and very concerning.
Yeah. Well, my concern is for sure that they're going to push this as a cure. I mean, we hear this with like Neuralink right now. Like, it helps the paraplegics walk, which that's amazing. That's wonderful. Yeah, but
that's not what the big plan is, though.
Don't think that's exactly. I don't think that is permanent use. Like I said, my first reaction to this text message was like, we do have a loneliness epidemic. Like, sad that this person is resorting to that. But it's going to get turned on you as like, this is the solution. You don't need to fear because we can offer you everything. Don't go to your friends and neighbors. Don't go to your churches. We have it here on the internet,
right on your phone,
which is just like creepy.
Look at this. Like this dovetails into. Trump, I have a video coming out about Trump like partnering with Palantir. This is the CEO talking about his software, which the government uses. And these are in 40 seconds, he tells you he says these are great things.
Look, we built PG, which single-handedly stopped the rise of the far right in Europe.
Now, everybody's far right. So basically, he's saying, hey, our software single-handedly stopped this.
We built Foundry, which was used to distribute the COVID vaccine and saved millions of lives globally. We built what we call multi-constellation, and what's often called the digital kill chain. And they're category-defining products. So when you deliver these products to the market, honestly, people say this isn't going to exist, this isn't valuable, but then it changes the market. And then the market is the Palantir market. Now, that doesn't mean everyone in the world is going to buy our product, but it means most of the sensible people in the world are going to buy from the category we defined.
So they're saying, there is no demand for this. We create it. And then these people are talking about, he also talks about in another interview about using their software to control how people act, to make them act correctly. These companies exist, and whether or not people thought, AI with ChatGPT is a good thing, I mean, a lot of terrible things. Nuclear power is pretty good. Nuclear bombs, not so good.